Liverpool could take another big step towards the Premier League title with victory over West Ham, who have won only one of their last 57 games at Anfield.
Beautiful. Obviously, for multiple reasons. It's the winner, of course. It's quite late in the game.
Have you and Robbo made up?
I think obviously when the goal equaliser went in, we obviously been together through everything. Me and Robbo are like brothers, and this is also part of the game. And luckily, we got the win.
Off the field this week, it's been about Mo Salah. When is it going to be your week announcement-wise? Do we know yet?
I don't know. I know, but I don't know.
Graham, is that one you can separate or try and detach performance from result?
Yeah, we have to, because obviously we're disappointed to not get anything from the game. But the performance was probably, I think it is the strongest performance we've had since we've been here. Balance between defence and attack was really good. We gave the top team, the best team, a real game today. We're positive about the performance, but we're just disappointed to come away with nothing.
The boys showed why they are in the position we are in, because these games 9 out of 10 times end in a draw, but with these mentality players, it was a win for us, 2-1. Now we know what we have to do is 2 more wins, which is difficult in the Premier League, but we're going to fight for it as hard as we can.
So Liverpool got the job done this afternoon. Could potentially have the league wrapped up this time next week if a lot of things go their way. Danny, it was frantic in the end, but the result really was all that mattered at this stage of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an intriguing game. I think there was some nerves from Liverpool. Thought West Ham contributed some good moments. What I liked early in the game was how Liverpool mixed their game up. They've done it a lot this season, especially against teams who come there and try and narrow up and play deep. They've got 2 really good centre-halves who are confident on the ball. If you look at West Ham's shape, narrow, no space in there to play through, but look how high they are. And I think Liverpool have got 2 at the best at knowing when to play long. Great run from Salah, good run from Konate. The only thing missing here is the finish. You expect the back of the net to ripple. And then West Ham did have a little press at times. No problem, the pass is on into the middle of the pitch. Another good ball from Konate, who I think's really improved his game, actually, in terms of his distribution. His confidence is up. Salah was outstanding in the first half hour of the game. Look at this for a pass, the weight, just beautiful. Brilliant finish, and this man, we've seen do this for many, many years. Willing runner in Diaz on the left, and it just really mixes the game up and really gives West Ham problems because they don't know whether to squeeze, to drop off. And Liverpool do like to play out from the back, we know that. But when you've got the capability, look, let's play. He's there, don't need to. The space, they've given us the space. I know Salah's going to be on his bike, and I'm capable of it in 70-yard diagonals. And this has been a constant pattern at Anfield when teams try and do this to Liverpool, hence the fact they've got such a good home record.
Yeah, it was a really impressive first half from Liverpool, and the stats reflect that as well, Danny. But does this also show us that actually West Ham was so much better in that second half?
They actually had some spells in the first half. They've got really good forward players. Kudus was outstanding. Bowen is always a threat. I'm a big fan of his. They had Paqueta helping the pair of them out. And they grew in confidence as Liverpool's nerves to protect that 1-0 got more as the game went on. And as Graham Potter said there, they'll probably be a little bit disappointed. But at this stage in the season, Kel, you said at the beginning, it's about the win. But this guy, I mean, I really like him, Dion. I don't know what you think, but his hold-up play is great. He's a threat.
Yeah. Strong.
Really strong.
Strong on the ball. Listen, they've got some really good players. He had a proper go today. They were in the game. They could have quite easily nicked a point. It's just that, it's what you said, Dan. Liverpool mixed it up so much they weren't quite sure what to do, and the quality paid in the end.
A large reason that they didn't get anything from the game in the end, West Ham. On the week where we're talking about Mo Salah signing a new contract, Virgil van Dijk, it sounds like he's going to sign his new contract from what you said then. It's this man, though, isn't it, Alisson?
Yeah,
Time to give him some credit.
Yeah, and when you've got someone behind you like this who you know can... I mean, look at the starting position. He's absolutely outstanding. He's 15 yards outside his goal. Then he gets back and he gets something on that and he tips it onto the bar. There's 2 certain goals there, but as a defender, if you know that you've got a goalkeeper who can do this kind of stuff, I mean, that's just outstanding. They do that on the training pitch, day in, day out. And he did it 4 or 5 times, knowing when to come, stays on his line that time. That's just a reaction one. But again, look how big he stays. Hits him in the chest. It doesn't matter how he saves it. The back 4 allow him to have that space in behind him as well. And that one there, when you see from behind the goal, That is an amazing save. It's going in, and he pushes it away from goal as well.
I think his calmness on those one-on-ones, you'll know, Dion, when you played up top, when you see a keeper stay so calm, it's so intimidating. I mean, this is a mix-up between Robbo and Virgil, which is the only way they got past him today, but he is a phenomenal goalkeeper.
Do you think sometimes we take for granted just how good and how consistent he is?
I think, yeah, to a degree. Yeah. I mean, Liverpool...
I don't think we do as footballers.
No.
Football fans, then, maybe?
Maybe the fans that haven't been in the circle of football, we know how important it is.
He's also so humble. He very rarely does interviews. He's not very fist-pumpy, emotional on the pitch. He's not really an extrovert. If anything, he's completely the other way, which he goes under the radar because of that.
As for Liverpool overall, if, as I said before, if results go their way, they could win the league as early as next weekend. Does it feel like...
You don't want that.
You don't want that?
No, we want it at Anfield.
OK, all right, sorry. I'm sure you'd... If I'd have offered you this at the beginning of the season, though, you'd have taken it wherever.
I only say that, Cal, because of the fans last time they won it, it was COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think to do it at Anfield, or have the opportunity to do it at Anfield in front of the fans, will be incredible.
Just get it done, I say.
Just get it done. Yeah, of course.
But are we seeing a slightly different side to them today and in recent weeks, maybe?
Yeah, there's been an edginess there, which is, I think it's understandable. I mean, the performance at Fulham, obviously the Newcastle was League Cup, not Prem, but the levels have dropped a little bit, the intensity and the sharpness and the dominance. But as of now, what, 2 wins? By hook or by crook, just get it done. I mean, however they get it done, that won't be remembered. What will be remembered is winning the title. And as a player, that's all you strive for. It's all you crave for.
Agree?
Yeah, I just think that they've been the best team by far. They've had that little blip, but because they've been so good, they've given themselves a huge buffer. And now they know they're in touching distance. They will not let this slip. Not now. The manager won't let them.
OK, well, moving on now on Newcastle.
I put the word "quite" out of this sentence. It was a big relief. Because Ali made sure that they didn't score earlier. They had multiple chances to score the 1-1 in the second half. Unfortunately, they scored one, which they didn't score, but we scored. And to be completely honest, it felt to me like, with 5, I was expecting 2 minutes with maybe 3 or 4 minutes of added time, but all of a sudden 7 minutes were added on. So with no time wasting at all from both teams, it was a bit of a surprise for me. But okay, it helped because we scored a goal in extra time. Was it extra time or was it in regular time? No, just before. So, yeah, of course that was a relief because to me it felt after West Ham scored and the way the second half went, it was maybe more that we could expect them scoring. But our fans and our players fought differently because from the moment they scored the 1-1, we started playing again, we started pressing again. The fans were really loud at that moment of time, and already the chance from Lucio, some good counter-press moments which led to the corner kick, and then we saved a big set piece for a very important moment because in the modern game of football, set pieces, what is that important? And that's what we saw today again as well.
Virgil comes up with the winning goal, just underlines his importance to the club. He's just said it on TV that regarding his contracts, let's see what next week brings. Is there anything you want to say about that?
I think he means, let's see what next week means if we play Leicester City. Because that is at this moment of time by far the most important thing this club is looking at. 2 more wins. And I think the first 32 games have shown us how difficult it is, not only for us, but for every team. I repeat, every team in the Premier League to win a game of football. So the competition has never been as strong as it is this season. And that's what makes it so hard to win a game of football. So yeah, everybody can say, yeah, you have to win 2, yeah. We still have to win 2. So we should be completely focused on that. And if in the meantime, a contract extension or whatever happens, but my full focus is on Leicester, and I'm sure Virgil's as well.
Speak about the importance of Alisson earlier on. Virgil obviously gets the goal, Mo has the sort of the moment of magic, I guess, that sets up with your first goal. I mean, how important is it, you know, these players who've been around, their experience to sort of over the next few weeks really help get over the line?
Yeah, very important. Would not be completely fair to only talk about them, but I think we're, as a manager, looking for is always the ones that have achieved already a lot of things in their career, that they step up in the most important moments of the season. And I think it is always in the end of the season moments getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And today all three of them showed up. Not only these three, but you were asking me about these three. In big moments, Alisson probably had his best game of the season today. And Virgil he scored the header that got us 3 points. And Mo was again very important in the first goal because and he was really lively also the first half. So I saw the Mo Salah again from most parts of the season.
Chris? It happened in the second half. I mean, it seemed like the team went from really pushing together to just sitting back and trying to hold.
First thing that doesn't happen, but is that they also have players, and that's what makes the Premier League so strong this season. I think there are 16 or 17 in the league, but I can name 1 or 2 players that could have easily played with us today as well, in terms of quality. So that is where the Premier League is about, and they use them more and more in the second half. These 2 quality players, and they have more, but I think Paqueta and Kudus were outstanding today, especially second half. And maybe because we were 1-0 up and we conceded 1 or 2 chances, it led to a situation where we were a bit too afraid or didn't press hard enough anymore. It's them taking more and more risk, bringing a lot of players into the midfield, and they still had their threat in the runs with Bissaka, Bowen, and all the others. So yeah, it was a bit of both, but definitely credits to West Ham as well. But you don't only see this here. I see this every game that I watch. I don't watch every game of the Premier League, but the ones I do. I thought yesterday after 20 minutes, Crystal Palace is in a good place. And they could have scored 3-2, which was fractionally offside, and they lost 5-2. So these are the margins there are in the Premier League, which makes it such a hard league to play in, but also why it's so popular.
Can I just ask about Darwin Núñez? Is he injured, or what's the reason for him not being involved today?
No, he went in yesterday because he didn't feel well, so he went in. So that's why he couldn't be in the team today.
Well, Anna, yesterday you officially qualified for next season's Champions League, which is what the club were always looking for. Was that when you came in? Was that the main aim of the owners? Is that you said get us into the Champions League just because how important it is? Do you feel like this is an overachievement in your first season?
I think it's the main aim for the club because they've experienced 2 years ago how much of an impact it is if you are not a part of the Premier League, Champions League, sorry. So yes, indeed, the main aim and what they told me is, look at the players, give your opinion about it, so we can go into this project in the second and the first year, but do qualify for the Champions League. And we all know that even the team that is at 16 at the moment has very good players, but the top 8 is all of them have incredible players. So it's getting more difficult and more difficult to qualify for the Champions League. So, but to be honest, if you would have asked this question to me in the beginning of the season, I would say, oh, nice. But yesterday it wasn't I opened a bottle of wine because we qualified for the Champions League. We have now, of course, a bigger aim than only qualifying for the Champions League.
Arnie, you mentioned obviously the reaction from the fans after West Ham equalised. Was that one of the reasons you went to the COP afterwards? That's probably as animated as we've seen you after a game this season.
Yeah, and I think because we won a game of football where maybe for the first time this season that you could debate if we deserved to win this game. And then to win it at such a big moment where the fans helped us, I think that deserves, or how do you say it? That's why I think I tried to show a bit more how much I appreciate them through the whole season, but definitely today.
Peter, last one.
Just wondered, the good chance that you might win it here. How good would it be to win your first title for Liverpool actually at Anfield, bearing in mind the atmosphere that dictates it today?
If I have to win it 15 kilometers from here, or I don't care where to win it, we know we still have to win 2 more games, which is, I was trying to come back to that every single time, has been in 32 occasions difficult enough for us. So first win 2, and that's the only thing we should focus on. And this week we should try to improve more and more to give ourselves a better chance of winning a game of football next week, where we face Leicester and everybody can talk. But what I saw is that for the first time in 11 games they scored 2 goals and got a result. So they probably have a bit more confidence going into that game now. And we've shown in the last 32 games that there's only been 2 or 3 wins that were quite comfortable, but the rest of them were very, very, very hard work. And that's our only focus.